Hello, Trey here. I want to talk a bit about Sphere 2, which is levels 21 to 30, how it's different, kind of what happens in there, give you a little sneak peek inside the kimono. And I think probably one of the coolest things to talk about overall is how these are really what we call the focus levels, okay? This is when your learning becomes much more personal. It's when it becomes much more focused, and it's when you can really start to kind of drill down on a particular discipline. Whether it's landscape or portrait or maybe even business or whatever it might be. And this kind of gets the ball rolling, this idea that every 10 levels you have a new master to teach you a new set of tricks and tips and all kinds of stuff. These are super personalized challenges that you'll have in Quest. Let me just show you a few here. For example, now here we've got 3 different Sphere 2 guides. One of them here is designed by Robin Griggs Wood. You kind of think about like she's a golf course designer that's designed her own guide here for levels 21 to 30. Here's another one. This is by John Arnold. This one kind of focuses on the portrait side of things. And over here we have the great Ron Clifford, who has designed, once again, his own guide. All right. And that's a big idea here, right? Is that as opposed to the foundation levels 1 to 20, which have kind of like a standard template type thing that everyone does together, these are much more personalized, all right? Okay, so as we scroll down here on Robin's guide, I want to show you this thing about the time scale, okay? So it's expected that the Sphere 2 experience should take at least 3 months, but ideally no longer than 6 months, all right? Now, of course, this is going to vary depending upon your own personalized learning path that your master has set up for you on your master schedules, on your schedules, this sort of thing. But this is the general idea that it takes about 3 to 6 months, which, by the way, is what we indicated and kind of anticipate for the first 20 levels 1 to 20. These are kind of the foundation levels where we wanted you to zoom through them kind of quickly and get up to these more focused type experiences. All right. So let's look at a few sample levels, a few of the quests, and you get an idea of how they differ from guide to guide depending on the individual master. Let's do a little role playing now, a little safe role playing. Now, let's say that you're just hanging out in the level 20 lounge and along came Robin, a level 30 master. She's now plucked you from your purgatory. They're at level 20 where you're just kind of hanging out waiting for a new master to choose you and come up into Sphere 2. Well, and let's say you're just kind of plodding along and doing well in Robin's kind of personalized learning experience. You get here to level 22. What would she have you do at level 22? Well, she has a really fun challenge here where you replace the sky, which is not an easy thing to do at all. You kind of play with alpha channels and this kind of stuff. And this is, of course, the kind of thing that Robin would do in her kind of art. All right. Now, of course, she's a very different master, different person than over here. This is John Arnold. All right. And he has a very different quest at level 22. All right. He is kind of specializing in portrait photography at those levels. And he has a really kind of fun and different self-portrait challenge, which should be kind of tough and a really fun quest for you. And then if we role play again and say, we were actually chosen by the great Ron Clifford. And Ron has you do something very different at level 22 once again. All right. And don't forget that this pattern of learning that you've come to expect and love inside the Arcanum will continue. And you'll still have your series of critiques after all of your challenges and quests and whatnot. You'll still get evaluated. And we know you love those as much as we do. So now that you've seen a little sneak peek, let me take this opportunity to answer a few questions that we get about this whole process. What happens when you actually move from level 19 to level 20? If you remember, level 19 will be your last critique at those foundation levels. At level 20, what happens is, of course, you're set to level 20. That'll show up inside the app. You are removed from your master's cohort from within the app. Now, you can still stay inside that community and hang out and contribute and talk with everybody. You're not kicked out of the community or anything. You're always there. One awesome thing that does happen, probably, I guess, from your perspective, is the member dues are temporarily lowered to $19 a month, and you still have access to the library. In fact, you'll be able to access special videos that are only available for Sphere 2 and above. And you're also invited to a special level 20 lounge. All right, inside the lounge, you kind of hang out with other level 20 plus people. We have some special guest speakers in there. We have a few really cool secret downloadable goodies. that sort of thing. All right. And while you're hanging out there in the level 20 lounge, of course, that's a great chance for you to go update your application, because that's what all the masters, the level 30 masters, will be looking at as they try to choose new people for their Sphere 2 cohorts. And then once they do choose you, you're going to get a personalized email from them. It'll describe the kind of quests and challenges that you'll be doing on your own personalized learning experience. All right, well, there's just a little bit of information there for you, enough to whet your appetite. We hope to see you soon up in Sphere 2, maybe even Sphere 3, Sphere 4. What mysteries await? Only the shadow knows.